So maybe 5 or 6 years ago, we started getting into the teachings of a man named Reverend John Shelby Spong. Wrote all kinds of interesting stuff, and we ended up putting a service together for him for UU churches because we were surprised how many Unitarians had not heard of this man. And some of his teachings are actually kind of far out even for UUs. And this was the song that sort of popped out of that process. And I was really surprised to find how easy it was to find songs that related to the various things he has to say. And when we went to see him in Marquette a couple of years back, the night before we were doing a service for the church up there, he gave a talk. It was interesting. But the most interesting part was the question and answer session at the end. And some woman asked him, "How did you become close to God?" or something like that. And I don't know what I expected him to say, but what he did was talked for 20 minutes or so on how he in his personal life overcame racism, misogyny, homophobia, and pretty amazing stuff. And so I guess his answer is the way you get close to God is through service to humans. And he also says to live a good life, live fully, love wastefully, and be everything you can be. So this is just we've kind of morphed it into live fully. Way down in Mississippi, back in 1964, a woman of 18 was courted by a college man. The problem was that she was white, but he had skin as dark as night. Her daddy was a member of the local Ku Klux Klan. They parted ways with tears of anger, bitterness and grief, and 45 long years would pass before they met again. Inauguration in D.C., the startled eyes, "Oh yes, it's me." They married in the springtime with magnolias blooming then. Live fully, love wastefully, be everything you're capable of being. Despite the hate, despite the fear, companions on our journey here. But in the end, the love we leave behind will heal it all. A girl was born in 1950, swaddled all in pink. They taught her how to cook and how to sew and be a mom. Though science was her favorite thing, the school said no, you need a ring. She wept the day she wed a civil engineer named Tom. The kids grew up, they all moved out, and Tommy passed away. And so she went to Stanford, and she earned her PhD. A full professor she became, with physics papers in her name. Sometimes she says, "I hardly can believe that this is me." Live fully, love wastefully, be everything you're capable of being. Despite the hate, despite the fear, companions on our journey here. But in the end, the love we leave behind will heal it all. Two women barely 20 fell quite hopelessly in love. In 1944, they had no choice but to pretend. They made a home with love and care, just small town roommates living there. And everybody wondered why they never dated men. The time it flew so quickly, 7 decades passed them by. And then at last they married on a sunny day in June. Their friends and family happy now, so glad it all worked out somehow. Although these two decided not to plan a honeymoon. Live fully, love wastefully, be everything you're capable of being. Despite the hate, despite the fear, companions on our journey here. But in the end, the love we leave behind will heal it all. But in the end, the love we leave behind will heal it all. Thank you.